Hey everyone, Michelle here with Athlete Remedy, and today's episode I'm going to be talking about stretching. Because let's face it, everyone knows they should do it, but everyone hates to stretch. Don't lie to me, right? Unless you're into yoga, chances are that you hate to stretch, but you know that you should do it, right? Today I'm going to be going over some concepts and hopefully explain to you the importance of getting your muscle ready and what's the best way to do so for competition. I'm going to explain to you how the muscle works and how you can incorporate some stretching as well as some other techniques to help you better perform. Now, what am I doing in the kitchen? Stick around to find out. Hey everyone, welcome to the kitchen. Now, like I said before, I'm going to be talking about stretching. And just to start things off, please do not stretch when your body is cold. The first thing that most people do is they'll say, they'll wake up in the morning or they'll feel the muscle tightness and they'll immediately go and stretch. Oh, your calves are tight and you start to just pull on it. Any part of your body. That is probably the worst thing you can do. And I brought you into the kitchen today to explain to you why. To explain this to you, I'm going to be using some pizza dough. Now, think of the pizza dough as your muscle, okay? Typically, you sleep, 6, 7, 8 hours, but you are pretty much lying in the same position. And what usually happens in the morning? You're stiff, right? You haven't been moving for hours, so it's expected that you're going to be a little bit stiff. Add to that having a game the night before or some heavy training, and you're going to feel it even more, right? So this is pizza dough taken out of the freezer. Now, it's not as easy to come apart. And yet I see people doing this constantly. They'll wake up and they'll feel stiff, and the first thing they'll do is they'll stretch. Please don't do that, okay? That's the worst thing you can do. That's when things are already stiff and you try to stretch them, they break or tear or cause injury, okay? Instead, why don't we roll it out, right? So again, thinking of this pizza dough as your muscle, if I want to be able to have it be moldable into what I want it to do, I need to roll it, right? So as I roll it, you see that I'm able to now make it a little bit more moldable, and I'm able to spread it even easier, right? So that stretching is now a little bit easier, and you don't see any of that tearing like we saw when the dough was cold. Same thing with your muscles. Now, I have some tools here that are very easy to use that you've probably seen yourself. Different types of foam rollers and hand rollers as well, this lacrosse ball or this hand roller here. So this is one that you'd lie on the floor to use. It's hollow. It's got a nice smooth surface. It's very good at digging those muscles. This one is more textured, and this is used to kind of massage your muscle a little bit deeper. This is more advanced. I would definitely start with the smooth option first, especially if you're cold. But the easiest one is to use this hand roller, just like the rolling pin with the pizza dough. Using this to help smooth out your muscles and get them prepped before you stretch is probably the best thing that you can do. Now, the best thing about this is that you can also apply this for muscle recovery. If you've had a hard workout or back-to-back games and you're feeling pretty tense and sore the next day, the best thing that you can do, and easiest, most effective way to help with that soreness is to use a hand roller. And all you have to do is roll back and forth on the muscle that you want to release, and we will actually feel a lot better. That's another thing. People think of stretching and they really hate to do it. It really just sometimes doesn't feel good, especially when you're sore. But rolling actually feels good. You may have some tender areas which you could just go over slowly, but rolling usually feels good, and you're actually seeing a result pretty quickly as opposed to stretching, which has a cumulative effect, meaning that you need to be doing it consistently to see results as far as increased flexibility. Another great thing about rolling is that it increases blood flow, increases the circulation, therefore it makes it more moldable. So therefore your muscle is able to receive more oxygen, able to move through a fuller range of motion, and actually helps you perform better because you're now able to move the joint and move your body in all planes of motion more effectively, okay? Now, hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to put some links down below about where you can get these tools. These are my favorite This hand roller is very good for rolling out forearms and arms, shins and calves, as well as using a lacrosse ball for more specific trigger points and knots. I'll be doing a more in-depth video about that, so stay tuned for that. Drop me a like if you like this video. Leave me a comment below with any questions that you might have or any other ideas about topics that you'd like for me to discuss. I'll also leave a link down below for you to join my free Facebook group. I go in there and do live Q&As, tutorials, and giveaways, so I will see you inside the group. Until next time, hopefully you have found this to be useful from Athlete Remedy, helping you get back in the game. See you next time.